Many think the story of the Tower of Babel is only meant to explain the origin of the different languages in the world. However, there's much more to it than that. Many secrets and mysteries surround the tower. Did you know that God confusing the people's language was an alternative to sending another flood to destroy them? So this biblical story is not just a myth, but a true event. So why was the tower built in the first place? Who came up with the plan? And where is it located in our present time? Was the tower just about pride or something deeper? This video will explore not only the old bricks and stones, but also the thoughts and dreams of those who lived back then. Be sure to watch till the end to uncover the astonishing origins of this legendary tower. Looking back, you might have seen countries compete to build the tallest structures on Earth. This ambition is fueled by a strong human desire to do something incredible. Unfortunately, this started back in the days of Noah in the Holy Book. Soon after God had destroyed the world with a flood due to the sins of its inhabitants, the descendants of Noah began to multiply once again. They populated the earth as mentioned in Genesis 11:1, and eventually some of them migrated eastward to a region called Shinar, modern-day Iraq, where they settled. One crucial detail to note is that during this time, there was only one language spoken throughout the world, and the people appeared to be highly united and closely connected as they were all descendants of Noah. The people then collectively conceived the idea of building a city for themselves. They planned to erect a tower within the city to reach the heavens. This marked the beginning of their efforts to construct the historical tower now known as the Tower of Babel. However, this endeavor went against the command for them to disperse across the earth, as stated in Genesis 1:28, 9:1 and 7. They were determined to remain in Shinar and consequently embarked on building a city to establish a lasting legacy for themselves, ensuring they would never be forgotten. Now, a major secret is missing in that biblical tale as explained in the modern Bible. Come to think of it, for a group of people to come together and formulate any idea, they usually require a leader. There should be a mastermind to bear and coordinate such a vision, which is what the current Bible never said anything about. As usual, many accounts have been removed from the Bible. But something happened that changed everything we've known about this Bible story. There was a Jewish Roman historian named Flavius Josephus who lived during the 1st century CE. In 93 or 94 CE, he wrote a historiographical work called Antiquities of the Jew by recounting early Bible histories as found in the ancient original Hebrew Bible in 93 or 94 CE. This work, written in Greek, consisted of 20 volumes and provided a detailed account of Jewish history. It started with the creation of Adam and Eve and covered various events mentioned in the Bible. These works remained a mystery to many until they were later translated and published in English in 1602. In this translation, the Tower of Babel was finally mentioned. He wrote that it was Nimrod who was the individual responsible for initiating the construction of the city, and that Nimrod was a tyrant who tried to turn people away from God. Who exactly is Nimrod? What distinguishes him? And how did he gather the people toward defying God? Shockingly, Nimrod was Noah's great-grandson. His exceptional hunting skills were so impressive that God acknowledged him for it. See Genesis 10, 8 through 12. In addition, he was renowned for his ability to build cities, not only in Babel, but also in the establishment of Nineveh. In Micah 5:6, the Bible calls Assyria the land of Nimrod. He held the distinction of being the most formidable archer of his time. In fact, Nimrod had the audacious belief that he could even shoot down an angel if he aimed his arrow toward the sky. His excessive pride was a flaw in his character, driving his ambition to construct the Tower of Babel. This ambitious goal compelled him to persuade others to join him in his mind-blowing endeavor. As an influential leader, Nimrod encountered little to no opposition in garnering support for his vision of Babel. But what prompted Nimrod's actions? Many historical and biblical accounts suggest that Satan played a role in motivating him. It's important to recall that since the inception of humanity, the devil has sought ways to ruin mankind. His manipulation of Eve in the garden aimed to incite God's anger toward humanity. Following their expulsion from Eden, he instigated Cain to murder his brother. His influence exacerbated the widespread evil depicted in Genesis 6:5, leading to God's decision to cleanse the world, sparing only Noah and those sheltered in the ark with him. When more people started living in the world, the devil influenced them to go against God again. In case you didn't know, Nimrod's goal with the Tower of Babel was to create a single world government and religion that didn't depend on God. He wanted to glorify men rather than God. This is similar to what the Antichrist would do during his reign on earth. In those times and even afterward, there were Nephilim on the earth, who were the offspring of the union between the sons of God and human daughters. These Nephilim were the ancient heroic figures, men of great fame. They possessed great strength and uncommon skill. Nimrod's exceptional abilities raise the question of whether he too was a Nephilim. Certain modern scholars have linked the Tower of Babel to known structures, particularly Edamananki, a ziggurat devoted to the Mesopotamian god Marduk in Babylon. Although archaeological evidence does not align with this identification, many scholars speculate that the biblical tale drew inspiration from Edamananki. The progress made to the tower captured God's attention, prompting him to visit the earth with his entourage to assess the situation. Upon witnessing the considerable progress of the construction, God realized that if left unchecked, the people would achieve their goals. To prevent this, he caused confusion among them by mixing up their languages. The Tower of Babel played a pivotal role in the proliferation of languages around the world and also fulfilled God's intention for people to spread across the earth. This event had a profound impact on the world, altering its course irreversibly. Imagine a scenario where everyone still shared a single language and lived together. Would things have been better than they are now? Alternatively, is the excitement of exploring new places and learning new diverse languages more appealing? The distinctiveness and complexity of languages might even lead you to ponder what the original first language was. Fields like linguistics might not have existed if the Tower of Babel had never occurred. Its influence on history and the ongoing existence of humanity is undeniable. Another profound question to address regarding this legendary structure is, how tall was it? The Bible does not give a clear description of the height. However, numerous sources outside of Scripture, spanning many centuries, offer widely varying estimates of the tower's alleged height. These estimates include 8,150 feet, according to the Book of Jubilees, 695 feet, according to the Third Apocalypse of Baruch, and 300 feet as noted by Orosius around AD 417. Modern calculations suggest that a tower made of stone blocks with parallel walls in a square or rectangular shape had the potential to reach a height exceeding 6,800 feet. However, at this point, the weight exerted by the upper blocks would have likely crushed the lower ones. On the other hand, a tower that gradually reduces its thickness as it ascends could have potentially reached a height so immense that the primary problem would have shifted from the structural issues of the base to the insufficient oxygen at the top, which would hinder workers from further construction. This leads us to believe that God didn't destroy the building solely because of its height, but rather due to the underlying motive behind the project. Today, there are numerous buildings such as Burj Khalifa, Dubai, reaching an impressive height of approximately 830 meters. Tokyo Skytree, Japan, which stands tall at 634 meters. Shanghai Tower, China, with a towering height of 632 meters, and many others that are believed to be significantly taller than the Tower of Babel. Undoubtedly, in the future, there will be even taller structures that surpass the height of the Tower of Babel multiple times. Today, these buildings are not built as a challenge to God, but rather for various reasons, such as economic gain and maximizing limited land. Besides, in today's world, the rebellion against God is not as obvious as it was in ancient times with the Tower of Babel. Instead, it has taken on a more subtle form. The progress of science and technology has pushed God to the sidelines rather than a fundamental aspect of life. Even with our advanced technology and towering structures, no one has come close to reaching the heavens. One wonders, if they had finished the tower, how high would it have needed to be in order to reach up to the heavens? Thanks for watching. If you liked our video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And while you're here, check out our other videos on this channel.